What's up, everybody? Let's talk Jets radio. Hope you guys are all doing well, staying safe with this snowstorm. I've got like a foot outside already, a whole bunch more still on the way. Apologies for no betting video. Jay, he was at a card show out in Dallas, missed his flight, got back a little late. So we're going to try and do it maybe after the show tonight, if not tomorrow, but we will, I promise, have a betting show before the Super Bowl. Also, really quick, rest in peace to Screech. Just heard the news. It sucks. Only 44 years old. I think, like many of you guys, I grew up with Saved by the Bell, probably have seen every episode at least 10 times. So sucks hearing that. But this video is going to be all about Zach Wilson. Break down just some positives and negatives as far as a bunch of the scouting reports that I've read so far and the limited film that I've watched. I took some heat, I guess, for doing Trey Lance first. I'm intrigued by him, because I wonder what the conversation would be on him if he did have a full 2020 season. Because you look at Wilson and the way that he improved going from his sophomore to junior year. 73% completion percentage, 3,600 yards, 33 touchdowns to 3 picks compared to his sophomore year, where he was at 62% completion percentage and only 11 touchdowns and 9 picks. That was also over 9 games. He did have injuries back to back years. I think it was a shoulder and a thumb. But starting with the positives, he's got the athletic ability. He's a mobile quarterback, can make plays, with his legs, accurate as hell, especially on the run. He doesn't lose any accuracy, especially when he's going to his right, can fit the ball anywhere. His arm strength is incredible, has an absolute cannon, especially when he's able to step into his throws. Most reports seem to say that he'd be a perfect fit for LaFleur's offense. Could throw the ball from all different types of arm angles, pretty quick release. He's a tough kid. He's competitive. He embraces the big moment. These are all things that I've seen on almost every single scouting report, which is why he's absolutely in the conversation to be a top five pick in this draft, if not potentially two for the Jets. But then you get to some of the negatives, and this is where I have a lot of questions. And I think it's a huge risk, going to, especially if there are some trade offers there. You could possibly move down and get a guy like Fields or Trey Lance if you do want to take a quarterback. You start with the talent that he faced, and it seems like that's something that everybody points out, that he hasn't faced, enough legitimate competition yet. He does lose some accuracy, I guess, when he doesn't step into his throws as far as the short and intermediate routes. And on some of the big plays, it just seems like he's operating from a clean pocket where he could just sit back, sip some coffee and still make his throw. Either that or there are just receivers that are wide open where 90% of quarterbacks would probably make the throw. And then you have the other side of it where he's got that, that gunslinger, risk taker mentality to him, can fit the ball into some very tight windows, but he won't throw the ball away. He tries to, I don't want to say hero ball, but it just doesn't seem like he's ever going to give up on a play. And he's got, the utmost confidence in himself to fit the ball anywhere, which, could be a problem at the NFL level when you face increased competition, better DBs who get their eyes turned around and are able to locate the ball. Are some of these plays that he's making at the collegiate level against lesser talent, are some of these plays interceptions? I think that's something to consider. I've seen the confidence and the moxie brought up. I think there's a fine line between being confident and cocky. I would lean towards him just being more confident than cocky. I think the comparisons to Johnny Manziel aren't really fair. I think he's got much more talent than Manziel. If you want to compare him maybe to Baker or somebody like that, or Josh Rosen, as far as the personality goes. But, I think in this city, it's something to consider just because, if you don't get off to a fast start, we know how the fans are. We know how the media is. Is he the type of kid that can stay level headed and kind of drown out all the noise? Or does he feel the need to, respond to everything and everyone and prove people wrong? For some people that, that kind of motivation is what you need. For other people, it just gets in their head and causes a downward spiral. So you wonder about that. There are a few other things as far as his ability to, lead receivers for yards after the catch. I mentioned the injuries before, with the shoulder and the thumb. I've seen other people point out, his ability to read defenses and get off his first read. Some things about pocket awareness. He's a little bit reckless in the pocket. But everybody has a different evaluation on him. So I'm curious for those that have watched a little bit more film on him, what your thoughts are. I know we have a lot of people that bring his name up in the chat that have watched a lot more than I have. So feel free to comment below. Also, if there's anybody else that, you want me to start showing some highlights on, feel free to drop some names and, I'll try to get into it over the next few months. So talk to you guys later tonight.